Let's talk about Bitcoin. It's all over the news. How high is this thing gonna go? Is it a bubble? Will it crash? Is it gonna hit 20,000? Is it gonna drop to 1,000? I just thought I would talk on this for a second. Something important for you to hear, because one of my mentors told me, Tai, never be the first or the last to catch a trend. So you don't wanna be the first person, because it could be volatile. It could, disappear. And you don't wanna be the last, because the number one way that people make money, if you study financial markets and you study entrepreneurs, is people who got in relatively early. So cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Ether, and all the alternative coins, it's not super new. Some of them have been around for almost a decade. And some of them are just being created right now. The real question, like I said, ICO has been banned in China, Russia is banning it. People are becoming crypto millionaires and crypto billionaires even. If you saw my Snapchat recently, I had a party, and for the last couple months, I've been pretty much traveling around meeting with the top experts on Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. People, like I said, who have made millions, hundreds of millions, even billions. And the common question I asked them is like, is this thing a bubble? Because the population, you're hearing about Bitcoin in the news, is the number one thing people are talking about right now, financially, because so much wealth is being created. And so I thought I'd just talk about that for a second, because you do not want to be somebody who misses out on an opportunity. So you got to ask yourself, is this a real opportunity? Is it? Some people say it's a scam. Now some of the people who said it's a scam are actually buying it because they realize maybe it's not a scam. So first thing I want you to kind of understand, I'm gonna grab this little whiteboard here, pull this around. By the way, if you want to see an in-depth video on this, explaining Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, go to the link. I launched Crypto Bitcoin Academy. So click the link on my website. It's absolutely free. You can go watch this. I did an in-depth explanation. I'm gonna explain some of it right now. But actually, let me grab a whiteboard here, hold on. But yeah, go watch it on my website. I'll explain a little bit of it right here. This is by far the number one thing people are reaching. I'm probably getting, I don't know, a couple thousand direct messages on Instagram, Snap, Twitter per day. So let's talk about this. Got the house, the Godfather view. You guys like the new painting there? It's from a guy in Brooklyn. That's from an artist in Brazil over there. Okay, so let's talk about some strategies for investing in Bitcoin. Can I do this selfie style? Damn, it's gonna take, my handwriting's already bad. Let's see if I can do this. So basically what you gotta understand first, let me move this over. Can you move this light a little bit that way? So, there we go. Point it towards the board a little bit. Okay, so basically you have this thing called Bitcoin, which is a virtual currency, you could call it. It's controversial. Some people, if you say currency, they go, no, it's not a currency. It's not like the US dollar, it's not backed by a sovereign country. It's not like PayPal, even though you can transfer it somewhat like PayPal. Technically, it's a cryptocurrency built on blockchain technology. It's the most well-known, it's the largest, but there's thousands of others, okay? So built on blockchain. It uses something called an open ledger. So a long time ago, before you had Bitcoin, by the way, if you want to watch a little better version of this where I'm not holding the camera, just click the link. You want to check out this Bitcoin Crypto Academy that I built, and I got a free, powerful video explaining what I've learned from the top crypto people. I've been in the insider meetings here. People have been watching on my Snapchat story, on my Instagram story, wondering how I got access to these people who are really, the most powerful people. It's kind of like a crypto mastermind. So go watch the video, click the link, and it'll be a little better version where I wrote it out a little bit better. But you got the open ledger. A long time ago, there was only 3 options. You could barter, right? You could like exchange stuff. You could say, hey, here's a, I don't know, a piece of corn, and you give me, I don't know, a piece of meat or something like that. Then there was sovereign currencies, and those change, because those used to be based on gold. There was a limited amount of gold in the world. Now there's $1 trillion or so found of gold, but it's limited. You don't find it everywhere. Then they took it off the gold standard not too long ago, and now we have these fiat currencies, the US dollar, you have GBP, the British pound, you have euros, you know, you have yen, all this. And now people have introduced this new thing, which is called cryptocurrencies. And it really started with virtual currencies back in the 1990s. They were even using it. And it wasn't a cryptocurrency, it was like a virtual currency. You could kind of like American Airlines has like points. So when you buy tickets, you build up points and you could redeem them. That's an example of virtual currencies that have been around for 30 plus years. Then as technology came and servers came and all this computing power that we call the internet came, this group of people, one person theoretically, created this thing called Bitcoin. And no one really knows if it's one guy. There's theories that it's, you know, the Illuminati, or that it's a group of super smart geniuses that wanted to change the world. But whoever it was created, the most well-known was Bitcoin, okay? If you had bought $100 of Bitcoin 10 years ago, you'd have about 75 million today. Kind of crazy, right? So now, in addition, you got the next largest one is called Ethereum. Some people call it ETH if you're around insiders. Then you have all these alternative coins like Bitcoin Cash, and you have Litecoin, and you got, I mean, new ones are created all the time. My friend just launched an ICO, a coin called the Sense Coin, and they trade on these exchanges. And so at the end of the day, there's a lot to know. And odds are guys like Bill Gates, Mark Andreessen, people think this is probably not going to go away. So you need to learn this or you're going to get left behind. Whether you're just trying to expand your mind, or whether you're trying to day trade it, or whether you're trying to do long-term invest it, you know, long-term holdings. That's what people use Bitcoin more. They use the alternative currencies, these other ones. You know, people are day trading them, so to speak. It's not technically day trading. It's not technically like a stock. So it's really hard to explain, in the sense that our modern English vocabulary doesn't even explain what it is correctly. There's no words exactly. We had to invent new words like cryptocurrencies, coins, ether. Ethereum is not just a competitor to Bitcoin, but it's also a different technology. And there's other technologies like a new one called EOS, which is going to compete with Bitcoin and Ethereum. If you're overwhelmed, don't be. I'm going to break it down, make it real simple for you. Click the link, go to my website, check out. This is a preview of what my Bitcoin Crypto Academy is all about. I'm going to be sharing with you what the smartest people in the world, the people who have made the most money, because people lie but numbers don't. You're not just going to be learning from people who read a book on Bitcoin, but my academy actually has the people who, some of them are the co-founders of these coins. Okay, so anyway, click the link. I'll see you over my website. I'll give you a better explanation of this. Talk to you in a few.